Welcome everyone to another video in our Bryan Fundamentals series where I try to get better at Bryan day by day and bring you along for the ride. So today is going to be a slight shift from the observant offense that we've been doing. So our observant offense has essentially been practicing like putting our opponents in a minus situation, seeing what they do, so kind of playing this passiveness to it, and using that to very quickly come up with something that's going to beat their option. This next segment is an expansion of that, but it's also quite different. And we got very lucky because last weekend I played with one of my viewers for the first time in a while, and it was a Bryan mirror, and they smoked me. And they were actually exhibiting that quite well. And it's very good when you start getting to the point where your opponents are a little more patient and they're looking for the opportunities to fight back, right? So when you're in a situation now where your opponent really isn't doing much after these, like for example, Hatchet, they really aren't doing much. And we kind of get into this habit of like, okay, well, I'll just Hatchet you twice or 3 times or something like that to try and get a reaction out of you. Sure, 3 hatchets isn't bad, right? But if they choose to block it or they launch you, like now you've gotten into a situation where they've conditioned you to get very aggressive, and then they find that opportunity to get a really big counter hit on you, really big hop kick on you or something, and now the damage lead is no longer in your favor. So the idea is that when you're playing against someone that's very patient, you need to find a way when they're playing patient against Bryan, because that is what people teach in the anti-Bryan videos. We need to find a way to open that back up so that Bryan still can get these big, meaningful counter hits on people, and get that big damage that he's really strong at. So the way to do that is to force the timing to be open, right? So let me give you a hypothetical example, right? If we were just godlike at this game, right? Or put differently, if we wrote a script that was cheating, like you could theoretically set up something like where Bryan, using this 16 frame counter hit of forward 3, could every time your opponent, like, I guess the script couldn't do this, but let's say like every time you know exactly when your opponent is going to press that jab, you can, like 9 frames earlier, press forward 3, and it's going to counter hit them every single time, right? We could set up a situation where like this move will just always counter hit whatever your opponent tries to do if we're in range for it. And if we're not in range for it, we just back up and launch it or something, right? The reason I'm talking about it in this hypothetical, like, you know, flawless scenario is that Bryan is a counter hit character, and Bryan's entire kit is about making your opponent uncomfortable enough to the point where they get counter hit, right? Like, we were talking about doing Hatchet into a 4-3, but if our opponent is not going to allow that, now that's where we are exploring in the past, like dash blocking into a 4-3 to try and get our opponent to press something. Similarly, this is finding situations that will make our opponent press in a panic, right? So one of the ideas here, and I think this is a very simple one that we can start with, is that when our opponents say eat a back one and they're -7, right? We could, instead of going for a frame trap, we could instead dash forward into a frame trap. It's no longer a frame trap because we've dashed forward, we've lost our frames, right? If I set this Devil Jin to, rather than doing that, like punish, and set it to like something really standard, like for example, electric. I'm assuming they've got electric. Like, if we are in this situation and we 4-3, oh, interesting, he didn't even do it. Well, that's the idea, right? It's like we would have, he would have electricked. Well, I guess it's because it's, okay, let's use that as an example, right? I would have been able to 4-3 at +5, right? But if I choose to dash in, I'm going to get launched. But the idea is that if your opponent is actually blocking, and then you do this, that might cause them to panic. They'll see this and try and react to it with a button, possibly. And now you catch them with this 4-3. Other ideas of when this would happen is that when your opponent is, for example, dealing with down forward 1, right? Down forward 1 is a move that the first hit is -5 on block. Everything after that is -10. Most Bryans do a second hit. So because of that, they're already kind of in this mindset with this move where they're trying to block it, right? But if instead you just do a single one into a forward 3, they might see that single one go, oh, he's done, and then they get caught by a forward 3. So the idea here is you're trying to set up your opponent, observe your opponent, and set them up in situations where they want to block. They want to see what's going to happen next, and then catch them with something big, right? I think the idea is you want to do it in situations where there already is not a counter hit extension, right? Down forward 2 into forward 3 doesn't really make sense because there's already down forward 2, 3. There's already down 2, 3. But in other situations, like the aforementioned down forward 1 into forward 3, weird situations like back 1 into dash forward 3, other situations like, for example, you could do like jab on block or something, or even jab on hit, dash forward 3, right? Because they may freeze up after it, and then they see, oh no, he's actually doing something. I should do something back, right? All sorts of things like this. You can even probably do down 4 into like dash forward 3 or something. I don't know, right? So that's the idea. We're gonna get creative here, but this all kind of hinges on seeing what type of defensive player they are, right? And only matters if they're playing defense. If they are choosing to mash and we are just playing, frame traps on them, doesn't matter. That's sort of going to be the main thing we need to keep in mind when we start playing today. So I rambled quite a bit, so let's go ahead and play.
Get ready for the next battle.
So we have a gym. So in general, we do want to start by feeling them out, right? It's important to feel them out because this only really matters if we've got a feel for how they're going to play, right? So like usual, we're going to go for the down 4, back 1s, quarter circles. So notice he kind of chilled there, right? Do another. He came running in, okay? And this time I did a forward 3 immediately after my down 4 because we saw them dash in last time, right? Okay. Cool. That was a punish? Really? Nice. Oh, they pressed after that while standing 4. You see that? Okay. Sure. Okay. Nice dog. Oh my gosh. Oops. Ooh, nice. Ooh, they tech rolled again. That sucks. Alright, Bam. I gotta read that in a second. So, we've been playing, and we're just kind of like watching how they play, right? What I'm now doing is playing a keep out, because you can see a lot of buttons coming out here. And now they press after these down 4s as well, so I'm starting to slow down there too as well. And they do tech roll every time, so that's giving them quite a disadvantage here. So he goes for the hell sweep. That's fine. We're just kind of chilling out here. And, oops, got me moving. That's okay. But we are kind of focusing on, ooh, nice step. We're focusing a bit on the keep out here. We're focusing a bit on the keep out here because they are getting very aggressive, right? So now we don't need to get too creative with our frame traps and stuff. We're just playing keep out. There's that step he's been doing. Oh, okay, he pressed. Go ahead and do this. Oh, I actually meant to heat smash, but it works. Cool. Lead with jab here. Nice. Does it again, sure. Sure. You can tell that this gen's very low heavy. They want us to get hit by these lows, right? And notice we did jab into the quarter circle back one, right? And we've been kind of subconsciously noticing that they are just starting to step on our plus frames after hatchet. So we're starting to subconsciously just throw in a, you know, a tracking move of some kind, right? So it's not quite what I was trying to practice, but the idea is sort of the same, where we're trying to just find that counter hit. Bam, so basically the suggestion is cut things down to be a little bit shorter. I totally agree with you. My honest answer is if I had more time and I was better and faster editing videos, I would do it. The reality is I'm not, and I don't have a lot of time outside of these streams, but I will say that I am trying to explore avenues like, you know, for example, editors and stuff like that. So I'm looking into it. I press the 3+4. So they just kind of chill there. What happens after down 4? They just leave, but that was back turn. You can tell that they're kind of getting in there. Okay. Nice. I'm just gonna go ahead and block there. Notice they're just trying to block here. I thought actually that they were going to block after that back one. I was a little bit surprised that they chose to back one themselves. Ooh. I'm just going to do one more, and I'm going to dash up and do a 4-3. It kind of worked. Okay. Taking our time here. Okay. Oh, they got me moving. Too bad. But we're working. Wow. Flotsam, good to see you. Notice how we're pressing a lot more now. There's that press that she does. Nice. So you can see that, like, I'm looking for the counter hit, but it's hard for me to articulate where I'm looking for it. I'm sort of like throwing these down fours, throwing out moves to kind of like mess with what she's doing. Right? That dash in was pretty good. That's cool. Nice stuff. That sidestep's interesting. So that's actually going around my down 4-2. There's that back one she does. Notice how I'm like kind of picking up things as they do them. Oops. There's that back one again. See, specifically back one, she'll do her back one, right? And we're now getting like a lot of information from that. There it is. Oh, she just a sidestep there. Good step. Nice low parry again. Notice that I think the lows are starting to like get to them. Okay. And I'm trying to like just get them to press here. Oh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, we're just blocking her, right? We might see if we can set up a back one here. She's sidestepping into a button. Ooh, good. Oh, that's all real. Wow. That's all real, I think. Crazy. 4-1. So 4-1, yeah. So it's a pretty good, like, what do you call it? Corkscrew option or tornado option now. One thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this into a 4-3. See if they like... And notice how now I'm just like staying in their face and 4-3, and that actually got me the counter hit. So that might work. I tried it again. Didn't quite work. Try it here. Notice they're low parrying like crazy, right? Oh, that tracks back. That tracks back. That's really cool. Really cool. Nice. Cool. But you can see that we're trying to just make it really hard for them to know what we're going to do. Notice these down fours, they tend to press. That was a bit crazy of me. Low parry, nice. there's that spring kick. Nice. But see, we won. That's like actually kind of cool. We're just kind of being comfortable with playing our game on them. And it's not like I'm not doing a super good job of explaining it, but the idea is that we're essentially throwing out all these moves, and I'm now, last few videos, I really pushed the limits of where we could go with these, but essentially like was constantly calling out, what do you do, what do you do? Now as the viewer, you need to pay attention. After, pick a move. After back one, what are they doing? After hatchet, what are they doing? See what they're doing and see if I'm keeping up with it, right? I'm not perfect, maybe I don't notice it, but I'm trying real hard to pay attention to what happens on those hatchets and on those back ones and on those down fours and down back threes. And then using that in addition to this kind of neutral that I'm playing, right? Sure. Alright, we're gonna forward 3. It didn't work. That's alright. Sure. That makes sense. Oh, wow. From that distance. That's actually pretty smart. I like that. A bit of a terrible combo, but we'll take it. Sure. Oh, wow. I'm dead. Alright. Nice. This person's pretty solid. They're doing certain things like micro ducking the 1-2-4 and stuff. Wow, what? That got a little bit suspicious at the end there. That's crazy. Nice, okay. No, it wasn't suspicious. They were just, that was just godlike in the middle there. Fair enough. But you can tell that we are now going to have to do something more creative. So now I'm going to start doing things like down 4-1 when they're defending, right? Go for this throw. Notice that like one of their reversals is that they always go for that. They always go for that after like on wake up, right? So we need to be careful of this. I am falling for it a lot because I'm trying really hard to keep our momentum going, and it's getting me killed. Nice. That walk! What the heck? That's crazy. I told you, they always wake up pressing buttons. So we have to like catch it, but also be careful. See, back 1 into 4-3. Sometimes it works, right? always wakes up with a button. We're going to keep that in mind. I'm going to block here, just in case. Okay. Nice. But you can see that, like, I'm trying to just catch their timing now. I'm trying to just slow down a little bit, and you can see that I'm playing around with different things. I try to, like, do back one into a 4-3. Okay. Okay, nice. I'm gonna go for this. Oh, nice throw. Cool. Fair enough. Fair enough. That beat my jab! Oh my gosh. Sure. Sure. You can tell that they're very aggressive here. I'm kind of afraid of that hell sweep, to be honest. But I might just let it happen. Well, okay, never mind. Okay. Nice punish. We're dead. Oh, that missed! Dang. Good games. But you can kind of tell that we're running into people that are essentially doing the same thing we're doing, right?
For the next battle.
Hit your legs a bunch of times. I don't really care how many times it takes, you know. And we're dealing with it. I think we're getting a little bit better, but also we're trying something new, right? I'm trying to figure out how do I break open this guy's offense, right? I think we could play a style of, like, runaway, but that's not what we're here to practice. We're practicing brawling, right? So let's just keep at it. But that was a good set of games, to be honest. Very good set of games. I've played them a few times. They're good. Thanks so much, Flosso and Van, for the really kind words, by the way. Also, it's 4-1, back 1, by the way. Technically. And you can do other things. I think what was mentioned before is, like, you can do this into like hatchet, which is +8 of a mix, you know? Dripalicious, good to see you. Can't do it today. Ooh, I got one. Hey, Damien, thank you so much for that tip. That is life-changing. Yeah, Flotsam. And it can only go back. If this one's a back sway only. Good morning. Good morning to you too. The focus today, Dripalicious, and I'm exploring it, is basically, what's the word for it? Like creative counter hits. So essentially taking mental frames and translating it into counter hits. That's it. In one sentence, that's what it is. So it's, for example, you're taking, for example, back 1 on hit, and your opponent's not going to press, and then you run forward and do forward 3 because they see you running in, right? Or you do a single hit of down forward 1 into forward 3 because it's -5, but everyone's expecting that second hit, so they kind of hesitate a little bit, right? and just trying to find what you can do to catch people with that stuff, right? And notice, like, just how off-putting is this movement, right? There's no lag here, right? This is offline, and look how scary that looks. Like, you see Bryan like, twitching like that. Like, that's scary. Some people are just going to freak out and, like, react with a button. The 4-3 follow-up is really good. It's a really, really good move. People have complained about this move for years because every other version of the move, like Paul's, I think it's back 4 for Paul. It might, like, it's a high for everyone else. Alright, we have another Xiaoyu, actually. We're only playing Xiaoyus and Jins today. Ooh, this is... What is... They come in. Okay. Good step. There's that button. Oh, are they just stash in? Okay. I'm gonna stand. What a Bryan combo. She pressed there. That's crazy. Oh, she can keep ducking. That's cool. That sucks. That sucks for them. But you can tell that they're kind of running. They're trying to play that defensive, so I'm actually going to do something about it. But notice I just keep using these back ones. And they're just like kind of letting it happen. Good step. Ooh, nice. Nice. Back one into 4-3 is not bad. Sure. Whenever we're going to challenge that, we're going to use 4-4-1. Okay. They press after 4-3 too. So we kind of have this... Oh wow, still in the mid. Sure. Nice. I ducked. So 4-3 they're pressing, right? We've been paying a bit of attention to it. Wow, that's crazy. You see that? Oh my god! Crazy, crazy, crazy. But you can tell that we're trying to establish something, right? And I think maybe one of the mistakes I'm making is that I am throwing a bunch of moves out, and this Xiaoyu is getting very aggressive with the options, right? So we're gonna come up with a plan. What the heck? Nice. She does like the mid attack. They haven't really done the low at all, have they? We've blocked the mid most of the times. Nice. Oh, I can't sidestep that way. I'm gonna stand. Oh, nice. Fair enough. I use a square, Damien. Oh, I'm falling for it. Mid again. That's crazy. Go for this throw. Nice. Nice. That was really greedy of me. Sure. Sure. Oh, what? That went over under my high. Xiaoyu's so hard to beat sometimes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, man. I do think we had some good moments there.
Next battle.
The down fours were really strong. Weirdly enough. The down fours were, like, causing a lot of reaction from her. But, yeah, it's just like, we were really trying to, like, play a little crazier and trying to get these, like, bigger hits. It was pretty hard, and we honestly didn't succeed. But this type of trial and error is important to get better at playing this way. So we are going to stick with it. Just because we're losing does not mean that it's not working. It just means that we need to keep working at it. Yeah, Damien, that too. Like, the crazy stuff, like, we'll get used to it, right? And, funnily enough, like, I've never seen a Xiaoyu use that wall flip tech so many times in a row, so I really wasn't, like, thinking of that as the option, you know? The, my guess is that we could probably, are you good? We could probably get a back turn combo. I can't tell if they're having connections issues or if they're trolling us. Go for this throw. I was just kind of seeing if they would press and stuff, because I thought, given the life deficit, that maybe they would. Just press the button after down forward. Cool. Gonna say, where's that press? Nice. Nice. I didn't punish it correctly. Bam, thank you so much for the 50-bit cheer. There's that press again. Whew. I feel like I never get that estimate correct. It's always just a little bit off. Nice. Oh, it's a high, isn't it? Is it? That duck? This is weird. That was really good of them. They delayed it with that, the mid option. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Woo. Thanks, it's Blaze. What the heck? This person's crazy. I feel like, I don't know, there's something weird about this player because, like, sometimes they just randomly block stuff, like, so good, and then other times it's just, like, all counter hits. I don't get it. Nice. Man, I hate that move. It's so good. Nice. That was a counter hit. Woo, nice. Nice. Alright, nice. Thanks, Flotsam. That was crazy.
For the next battle.
But you can kind of tell that I'm both watching how they, like, for example, they like to use, I think I mentioned in the first game that it's like, oh, they like to use a lot of lows, right? And so we're looking for those lows where I'm locked in a lot more today, so it's harder to, like, I feel like I'm struggling a little bit more to, like, talk through my thought process today. but we're sort of trying to like get a feel for what sort of things are they going to mash on, and also trying to expand what we're doing. And I think in a way, like, you kind of notice that we start getting this feel for like, okay, if they're choosing to block, nothing you do is going to get them to not block, right? So because of that, we start going for more lows and stuff like that. Is there a wall on this stage? Sure. There's that coming in. Whoops. Notice I'm just taking my time here. I don't really mind this. Okay, good throw. But we're just keeping them far away. I don't really want to deal with this, right? That's what I figured. Hey. Uh-oh. Isn't that a high? I guess not. They're just in. What? Nice. Nice stuff. They duck? Okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. They just went full offense. And that's okay, right? You notice how that from round one to just, let's see if you know how to play against this character, right? Alright. We are going to play the runaway game a little bit. Okay. I did a dash into 4-3 because you can tell that they haven't actually mashed after any of my plus frames, but they eventually do. Whoa, that missed? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I think I'm going the wrong way. I need to go to the right. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's a mid. Woo! Crazy stuff. I'm gonna block. Whoa. Okay. They play pretty aggressively, which means certain counter hit extensions will also probably work. Nice. Okay. Ooh, nice. Wake up low, like, nice. Yeah, they're getting countered by the strings a bit. See? Which is why we're doing more of them. Oh well. They did a bunch of lows there to try and deal with the power crushes. This is getting really brawly, but this is kind of good because we are trying to like catch them doing things, right? They're choosing to brawl, and we're gonna brawl right back. I'll do a down back 3 here. Okay. Okay. Nice. Good mid. They also tend to duck a lot in neutral. Sure. That sucks. Sure. Wake up, that's fine. Sure. Sure. What? No! Nice. I didn't know you can do 2 hits after that. That's crazy.
Get ready for the next battle.
I have never seen it work like that. What? I know you can duck it if you're fast enough. I didn't realize a second hit, like a 1-2, would actually go through it. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. I will say, we played against a suspicious player a week ago, and it messes with my mental because sometimes I go too quickly to being suspicious when I really shouldn't, because there is a lot of like predictability to the way that we play. And even though it looks suspicious, it probably isn't, right? And because of that, it kind of like cuts into my ability to like be like kind of solid about it. Nice. Is that what this is? That's funny. I never watched Kamen Rider in any versions. Okay, sure. We kind of saw a lot, though. We might be able to do something about it later. Oops. That was a bit bad. Sure. Good duck. Nice. Sure. Sure. Oh no! I think I need to be careful because I'm stepping a lot to the left versus this lead. Stepping to the right is a little bit better. So I'm going to adapt that way a little bit onto the defense. And then we're just going to figure out how to make our neutral a little bit stronger. The main thing that I'm going to do is we need to play a little bit slower, a little bit more methodically against their wanting to get in and fight, right? So we're going to back up. See how they're they want to be in. Nice. And they are looking for that specific, answer. Wow. Their timing is so good with that. Really, Bebop? That's awesome. Good to see you. Alright. They're about to learn. Cool. Two times in a row, jab into forward three. You can tell that now they're very button happy, right? Okay. Cool. I'm gonna block this time. Yep, they pressed. They didn't press. They blocked. I mean. Okay. More aggression. See this? Okay. Nice. Okay, nice. Ooh, we got him. I think. Not quite. Nice. Yeah, Armor King's pretty reasonable. And he's really cool. He's hard to play against because he's got kind of a little bit of everything. I'm going to lead with a jab again. God, I keep forgetting. Wow. Matt Murdock, maybe. Where's your slide? Oh, it's not there. Nice. Dang. Oh, man. spots for them. Oh, man. I want him to give me that, I want him to give me that, keep out move. I think it's back 4. Ooh, nice. Ooh, is that a tracking? That's crazy. I'm not gonna jab here. Go for this throw. There's the down throw. Nope. Do another one. Just go ahead and go for this and then back up. Oh, what? What happens here? No! Sure. 3 lows. I took them. Fair enough. Good stuff from them.
Get ready for the next.
I actually chose to block all 3 of them. I mean, to stand for all 3 of them, but something that's wrong. Yeah, basically doing taunt. This is real. This is not. Hey, good games, Lee. Xanadu, good games. But yeah, this is not taunt. That's not taunt. Maybe. I don't know if just doing 1 is, but definitely not if you do the whole thing. But you get it for back 2, 1, 1 plus 2. That's like super consistent. You get the whole like, what do you call it? The whole mix is there when you do the Requiem Ender, basically, right? All right, we have a Nina. Let's see. What do you do? Notice how we just did that for 4-3 in the scramble and it just worked. Sometimes, just throwing it out is really good, right? Okay. Okay, she finished it. We need to be careful here. Using a keep out move is good. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Xanadu. Notice they ran away. What? And we're doing a lot of these down 4s because they're so aggressive, it kind of resets the situation against them. We already have this feeling that they're aggressive, right? So we're choosing to kind of play in this very like fast keep out style. And then we just bust that out for the last round and now we're into game 2. Didn't work. That's alright. Go for this throw. Oh no, my jet upper! No! I'm alive for now. Good option. Notice how we did so many down fours, they eventually just went for that. And that's okay. Whoa. Okay. I pressed. Sure. Goes for power crush. That's okay. We need to slow down a little bit because we're starting to see that this person is very aggressive, right? But we're not going to be able to frame trap them forever. I'm going to hold the block here. Oh, nice. Oh man, I'm dead. Wow, nice stuff. Okay. You can tell that this person really excels when they're in your face, right? They're really good at that. So we just need to figure out how to, well, for one, don't fight them on their best, like, turf, right? You want to fight them from your distance. Nice. That beat it. I mean, that's fine too. Hope is a powerful way to do it. But really, it's to figure out how to like fight back, basically, right? Stay on the ground? No. Oh, I went for a Mach Punch there. I thought maybe it would work. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give him some space here. Woo, nice down for two. Down for one, I mean. Notice I'm just kind of being a little bit patient here. Nice. Okay. I'll do down back 3 here. Look, kind of works. Go for a throw here. Nice. Go for this. Sure. But you can kind of tell that, like, what I'm trying to do here is when they're so aggressive, you can notice I'm not really getting that creative in my counter hits. I'm playing a defensive style. I'm like, putting out a down 4, you know, using that down 4 is just like a really strong spacing tool, just to push them away, right? Make it really hard for them to get in. Make it so that they have to start getting really creative and lazy too, risky to get in. And then from there you can kind of like establish neutral, right? You're using that down 4 to just keep them at bay, keep them guessing, right? Okay. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna backdash and block. That's, I think, launch. Bit bad of me. That's okay. Nice, sure. Wow, that got me. Wow, that worked. So that's minus 13 now, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna actually try and launch it though, just in case. gonna hold the block here. Wow, okay. So they're actually kind of remiss to use it. Sure, I went for the duck, just in case. They're all 9 minus 13, even the backswing. Okay. Oh, I thought that was gonna hit. Ooh, cool. You can tell that this person wants to like do their thing, right? And they're just kind of running away. They used to be minus 14, yeah. This person. Huh. Wow. Okay. Oh, I can't step it! No! Sure. Nice. Let's try again. The thing is that if we don't open ourselves up too much to it, and we instead are focusing on, like, getting them to show us, like, something that can be either whiff punished. Okay. Is that even real? Like, I don't even know. Yeah, because they're whiffing something into a throw, right? That must be. Alright, now I'm confused. I'm gonna be honest, I'm confused. Okay. But that power crush is definitely launched. Alright. He's using that as like a... That's not even launch! He's not even... That's not even launch! The double fist is at least minus 13. Yeah, it's not minus 14. I let it rip.
Ready for the next battle.
That's crazy. But I do, and it's a mid too. I mean, I'm not going to be like upset about it because I think a lot of mid power crushers now are minus 13. These sort of generic mid power crushers, they're all pretty good. So yeah, so that means it's at least minus 12. And honestly, I prefer 4-1 over this most of the time. Granted, if you're really good, you can tech roll that, but it's not catch a tech roll on that with taunt, but yeah, no idea. But you can see that, like, when you play aggressively, it doesn't work against defensive, like, aggressive players as well. Because Bryan's not really built like that. So I think next time... Yeah, so maybe that's like... This is sort of like going back to an original idea we've had of kind of alternating between defense and offense, right? Being ready to change the style of play for the style of player. Yeah, if they have silly evasion like Alyssa, you're in trouble.
Get ready for the next.
Raven definitely breaks a lot of rules, but I think not any more so than other characters that are meant to be tricky, right?
Round one. Fight.
What do you do after down forward? Side step. Okay, what about another one? Blocks it. They're pretty patient after that back one. I'm just gonna go for a hatchet there. Ooh, it still got me. I tried to 3+4, which was a bit dumb. I think I should have held the block a little bit better. That's something I can do better with my down 4 game in general. I'm gonna hold the block. Oh, okay. Go for this. Ooh, jabs. Okay, fair enough. They're not that defensive, I would say, but they're a little bit defensive. Sure. Oops. Nice. Okay. One thing is, like, if they seem... Oh, man, that was supposed to be... Oh, man. That was supposed to be Mach Punch. Damn. That would have been really good. Sure. Pretty sure we played this Nina earlier. Oh, I went for a grab. Nice. So what I was gonna say is that we need to... Yeah, I'm pretty sure we played them first, because we played a few Ninas today. So, what I'm gonna say is that, like, we need to still kind of establish the idea of, like, putting these lows in and being okay with just existing, right? Nice. Okay. Good duck. Good block. And sometimes we'll throw something out like that. That's crazy. You see that? Ooh, nice. Four three's a mid, but it's a little bit high, and so certain moves can crush it. Okay. Nice. And she doesn't respect the down two, so we're just gonna finish it there. What's Nakatsu? Oh, is he the new director? But yeah, if anything is gonna crush a mid, it's forward 3. Like, if any mid is gonna get crushed, forward 3 is one of the first ones to get crushed. Okay. Mix is killing me, that's okay. I'm just gonna block. She's allergic to that move. So we're gonna finish it a little bit more. Yeah, I knew Harada left. I forgot, they didn't know the name of the person who replaced him. That's fine. Notice she's trying to get in. Stays on the ground. Tech roll. Cool. You can tell that they're starting to get a little bit unsure, right? And that move is really messing them up. Then we get in with this back one. Kind of just force them to freeze up a little bit, right?
Get ready for the next battle.
Hey, Dante, thank you so much. I'm really glad you found the content useful. Welcome from YouTube. Hey, GG's, we've played several times today, right, Krabs? GG's, GG's. GG's. They were hard games. Nina's not my favorite matchup. Bryan's Oki is insane, but Nina in the close range absolutely smothers Bryan. I think worse than Steve does, to be honest. At least Steve, being back one heavy, you can down back three a lot, like, to go under it. But, man, Nina, there's not as much of a panic button you can do. Nice back one. But Bryan does have insane Oki. I'm not going to say he doesn't. What do you do here? Sidesteps a bit. What about a second time? Okay. He thought I was attacking, so me going for that down four was a bit dumb. Nice. Sure.
Round two. Fight.
That's insane. Alright. Good step, I mean. Go for this throw. Cool. A mistake! Lucky! Even better! Nice back one. Go for this throw again. They really don't like that. Oh, cool. That's really cool. Go for this throw again. Nice. Dante, you gotta do your P2. Nice. Nice from them. Nice back one. Nice. We might be dead. Yep. Nice stuff. But you can tell that this Steve, like, I didn't capitalize on it fast enough. But you can tell that this Steve hits this point where they're like, I'm blocking and I'm gonna back one you, right? So if we're going to pressure him there, there's two options we have. We have get into his face, which back one doesn't do much to him, right? Or we do down back 3, right? Oh no. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. That sucks. Good duck. Whoa! Nice. I can probably punch parry that. Okay. Notice how I'm kind of like sticking to this down back 3 game. Okay. And because of that, it's making it a little bit hard for him to use that back 1 like an electric, right? That's fine. This is all fine, right? Okay. Oh, nice. No, that sucks. Oh, I went for orbital. Dang. Alright, good games. They played really solid. Is that Kratos? That's Kratos.
Get ready for the next battle.
John 316, good to see you. You were the same color as someone else. Good to see you, good to see you. Oh, the overhead punch is actually, yeah, that's one of those things that I always forget about, Steve. That is actually punishable. For sure, John. For sure. We're here trying to get better. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. The Steve was, I mean, very much just trying to be in the driver's seat of like, I'm gonna throw some buttons, I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna throw some buttons, I'm gonna run away. And I think I was getting a little bit like too impatient to try and get into the right ranges. It's okay to let them run, right? If they want to run, that's all right. Like what happens here? They came running it. Another time? Not twice in a row, but we'll do 2. Oh no! Oh no! Combo drops! Tragic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Unblockables launch, I did not get a read on it though. You too? But they only stood still that time. They're kind of afraid. They did a sidestep there. Maybe because it was at the wall. Now they're just getting in there. I think I jumped on accident. Ooh, that's not good for them. I'm just gonna finish it. Cool. That was really lucky. They didn't punish the Requiem. I'm gonna go with the bird throw here because they've been doing some sidesteps. They didn't sidestep though. Notice that they press a lot in this situation. like they're putting out a lot of buttons at a really far away range. Like they're expecting us to come in more, right? No! Oh man. That was lucky. That was almost really bad.
Round one.
I'm gonna lead with a jab here. They don't do anything after the jab. Notice I'm slowing down a bit. We shouldn't slow down too much. Oops. Okay. Nice. I went for a jab. Good stuff. This is scary. That's pretty good too. I've been ducking a lot on my wake up, and it's not been working. Nice duck there. Okay. Nice. Cool. We made it downstairs. We'll just block. I saw a button though. I went for whiff punish. One thing to note is this Heihashi's not using electrics much in neutral. Pretty sure that counter hit button he goes for, we can. It's actually like -8. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we can just 3+4 it. Nice. Go for throw here in case he goes for something crazy. Go for the throw again. Whoa. Whoa, you see him jump over my down forward too? Unreal. That's crazy. Okay. Good. Alright, I'm gonna do a back one here. Dash into 4-3. Whoa, that beats it? Unreal. Oh, man. Yeah, the down 4-3 probably doesn't reach, but it looked like he was jumping over it, but probably was just not going to make it. But the range is better than you'd think. I'm so sad now. Sure. Oh, we're dead. Sure.
Round two. Fight.
Okay. So what's our plan? Our plan is probably keep things a bit further away. Like, I don't want him to be in my face constantly like threatening these like jabs and stuff. Because that's scary, right? So we want to keep him a little further away. And we're going to keep using down 4 to keep like accomplishing that. Oh, dang. Oh, he went for it. Good step there, too. Dang. Dang. Unreal. If I'd done the right punish on that hell sweep, we would have been really good. But we didn't. That's too bad. Like always, you get to the end of the stream, you start getting a little tired. So it's a little harder to do what we were doing at the beginning.
Get ready for the next battle.
But we're going to keep trying to go for it. Xanadu. Again, we played them earlier. What is the down 4 happen? Just moves, right? What if I do 2? He's still kind of giving us the space and the respect in that situation. They're not trying to get in. Okay, I went for back one, it didn't work. That's okay. Go for this. Nope. Oh, that was down 4, and I did down 4. Whoops. Did wolf tail. Nice. Nice. Got that. Go for this throw. Something different, right? Cool. Alright. Sure. Nice. Boy, that sucks. Knees cannot be... Yeah, that sucks for them. We'll hold the block here. Nice. I ran in for a down 4 and I got counter hit. That's okay. Okay. Let him do whatever he wants to do there. Notice I'm just kind of throwing them out there, right? Go ahead and go for this. Cool. Next time, notice how we did a dash in, and they immediately, and they went for immediate timing, right? So if we maybe do 2 4-3s in a row, it might work. It might not work. We'll see, right? But let's not force it, right? Go for this throw. Okay. Go for 2 of these. Oh, he got me. Nice. Oh, I went for a duck. Nice stuff. Do 2. They press. That's alright. Nice knee. We should be okay with mixing in like a few instances where we don't press. Like that. Nice. Good stuff. Let's see. Does he come in? Oh, wow. Nice. Good stuff. I wonder what would have happened if I finished it. I feel like they sidestepped. I wonder what would have happened there. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Okay. Cool. Cool. Nice. Too bad. Wow, going crazy here. Nice. A lot of mids there. Good stuff. Playing around back 3 or back 4 is pretty hard, but we can do it. I'm getting used to that string now. Nice. I'm doing a lot of hatchets on Wake Up as well. Oh, nice. I went for a duck. I thought he was setting up a low again. Alright. Good stuff. Notice that I keep saying that we need to slow down a little bit. Slow down and stand up. Oh no, the jump! Oh, that sucks. That's crazy. Nice. Good games. Good games. They got their revenge.
Get ready for the next battle.
Alright, we're probably gonna go for one more set, and then we're gonna call it for today. I'm feeling pretty exhausted already. I can feel the brain fog setting in. Life in your 30s, playing Tekken. Heavener, you want a first to two? Let's do it. Sorry, I was like, Heavener, are you? Which one are you? Angel Maker. Are we not friends? We're not friends. Alright, I'll come find you. Steam friends? Oh, we're Steam friends. Okay, it's my bad. I always forget about that. Let's do that. Oh, I see. And it does just say Heavener for me, so... Okay, that should work. Yeah, got it. And you're just straight up Heavener for me. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Cool. Got it. Got it. I understand. This is how I know I'm getting old. Tekken's an old man's game anyway. Man, it's been a minute since I played against an Eddie. Alright, we'll treat it like ranked. Nice punish. Okay. Nice. Good pressure. Okay. Oh, nice side up. Okay. Nice. Oh, I went under my Requiem. That's crazy. Good stuff, though. Okay. Just try and get a little bit of a space here. I'm told I'm not supposed to give Eddie space. That's scary. But I can try. I remember thinking, like, I'm going to run away from Eddie. And Peter was like, you were a fool. So I'll try and give a little more, get a little closer, I guess.
Round one. Fight.
Got hit by it. That's okay. Ooh, good punish. I thought I was jabbing.
Round two. Fight.
Oh, I ducked. I ducked. Man, that loop is scary. Nice. I keep getting the punish wrong on that. Sure. Okay. so much good range. That range is really good. Those Eddie legs. Nice. Got it. Good games. Got smoked. GG's, GG's. Those mind games are really hard to deal with. Me and my friend are both right. Oh, but I want a sidewalk? Got it. That makes sense. Got it. Okay. Good to know. Got it. Cool. Thanks for the tip. I really appreciate it. Alright, y'all. I gotta go, so let's do a quick sign off here. So, real quick, this was a very interesting session. I think that finding counter hits like this is kind of interesting because you can kind of forget that people are so aggressive in this game that it may or may not be appropriate for the situation. Heaven or I will always take it. I'm probably not going to lab him for a while, but it's, you know, I will always take it. But yeah, thank you so much. Yes, I appreciate that offer. So, yeah, Johnson316, we can play next stream. But yeah, finding creative counter hits is very, like, it's only appropriate if you're playing against someone that's actually going to, you know, allow you to do that, right? And there's two types of players. There's like an aggressive player and there's a defensive player. But there's also two, like that in between, right? You have an aggressive player that starts to freeze up. You have that defensive player that starts to mash because they're adapting to what you're doing. So like learning how to like apply it, and learning how to force it and then later apply it is going to be really important for this, I think. So we're going to do it tomorrow, so there'll be more to come. That being said, let's do our sign up. If you're coming from YouTube, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Really helps us grow. We really love seeing new people show up. And if you ever want to watch it live, it's going to be at twitch.tv/VonTiban. That's VonTiban. We stream Tekken Bryan 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time, Saturdays and Sundays. The first hour is going to be like a labbing session where we're going to work on our New Year's resolutions to lab more characters and practice more during the week, those types of punishments. And then the next 2 hours is going to be the structured learning session that you just watched today, where we take a concept or an idea and we just work on it in ranked in games and trying to get better and better at it. If you didn't catch any of that, that's all in the description down below, as well as a link to the Discord where you can join our community of players that are trying to get better at the game together, as well as a link to a Google Docs called Bryan's Gym. That's essentially where I'm keeping the notes of the things that I do during the lab and punishment, ideas, and drills. So, with that being said, thank you so much. I hope this has been useful for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.